Hi everybody and welcome to today's Q&A session on NicheIQ. I'm really looking forward to talking you through all about these tools. They're a really great way to save you time and also money as well. When you're growing your business, they use data-driven approaches, and so a really great way to be able to grow your business through a data approach. So the format for today's Q&A sessions, what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through the NicheIQ dashboard and then also answer any questions that you have as well. In terms of any questions, feel free to put them in the comments box at the bottom there. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, those comments do come through to me. Please bear with me though, I've just got one screen at the moment, and so I will be moving backwards and forwards between the questions and then also walking you through the dashboard as well. But I will come back to the comments and questions that you have. Okay, so let's get started. So in terms of NicheIQ, if you haven't come across this before, it puts together three of Ezoic's tools, all under the NicheIQ tab. You can find this tab here in your Ezoic dashboard. Now, if we click on the overview, you can see the different tools that you have access to. So you've got topics, which is about helping you to create content on your site, and it helps you to discover evergreen content as well, so that these topic ideas you can write content about, and they're suitable for your site in terms of where it is right now. So if you're a smaller site, sometimes it can be really hard to find those keywords that you can realistically rank for and then start getting traffic back. Topics takes this kind of decision process away, so that in front of you, you've got those evergreen topics. All you need to do is look through the topics, find one that you would like to write about it, put the SEO together for your website page, obviously add your imagery as well, and then you can get that content posted. That then helps you to gain more traffic and also provide content that your readers will be looking for, because these topic keywords are based on keywords that readers are entering into Google, so the traffic's already there for you. It's just waiting to be discovered and waiting to discover your site. The next tool that we've got here is Onpage SEO. So this is about the title tags of your site. If you've been with us for a few months, you may have heard of this tool before. We originally called it Tag Tester. It's now moved over to a new name of Onpage SEO, but very similar to Tag Tester in terms of it's about using this tool to test titles and description variations for your pages, find out which one performs best from a traffic revenue, click-through rate point of view, and also how it decreases bounce rate. And then once the test results come through, you can then automatically promote that title to your website page. And then also you've got site health as well. So this is a tool that detects any broken or error messages that are coming through on your website. Obviously, it's really important to keep on top of any broken links or error messages, because from this point of view, Google sees any broken links or error messages as sort of red flags, if you like, in terms of potentially not sending traffic your way, but also from a reader's user experience point of view. If they click on a link and it's taken to a broken page, then they're perhaps going to be a little bit more hesitant next time to come through to your site. The site health checker is updated regularly. It looks after your site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it also has a history for the past 7 days as well, so that you can see the most important issues that are impacting your traffic within that week, and then focus on getting those resolved. Okay, so I'm just going to nip back and see if you've got any questions for me. No, not yet. That's okay. I'll keep going. But if you do have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments box and I'll be back over to answer those shortly. So in terms of NicheIQ, a couple of the things I really want to show you before we get started is, first of all, the settings. So this button here. So before you start using NicheIQ, just check this for me, just to make sure that your websites are all authorized through your Google Search Console, that Ezoic can then get the data from Google Search Console and use that as part of our experiments and data as well. When you're using NicheIQ, having Google Search Console linked helps to bring the data through quicker, but it also means that our tests are more accurate as well. And like everywhere on Ezoic, when you see the help button, if you are having any concerns or aren't sure what to do, if you press the help button, it will talk you through how to set that up as well. And then also in NicheIQ, we've got this resources button as well. So the resources button takes you through to the feedback forms. So if when you're using the tool, you're finding that it's not as intuitive to use as you would like, or you're just not sure why we've created things in the way we have, do let us know on that feedback form. We always love feedback here at Ezoic, and many of our tools have come out of either feedback from the Ezoic team, because many of them are publishers, or feedback directly from our publishers as well. And so we really value the feedback that you give us. And then also we've got the knowledge base here as well, and then related blog content. So before you get started, you can read through the knowledge base to find out how to use each of these tools. Obviously, we're going to do an overview today, but the knowledge base will give you that in-depth learning, and also you can refer to those later on as well if you're not quite sure why something's happening or the results that you're getting. The knowledge base articles can help you with that. And then also we've got related blog content as well. So if you haven't been to the Ezoic blog before, I definitely recommend taking a look. We've got a wealth of information on there written by our team and wider industry professionals and guest posters as well. These related blog contents will help you with using our tools, and also helping you to understand why the different ones are important to use on your site. Okay, so let's start with topics to begin with. I've just got a dummy site set up, so I don't have any information on here. But once you go to NicheIQ and then topics, when you first log on to here, it will ask you to enable the topics. So if you're on your desktop device now while you're watching this, I'd recommend just clicking over to topics and Onpage SEO, site health, and just enabling all of those. Because they are based on data on your site, they can take up to 24 hours for the data to start pulling through onto the report. So yeah, worth just clicking on that while you're in the screen. So what NicheIQ does is, like I mentioned at the start, is it helps you with your content strategy to discover these content ideas that are going to be relevant to your audience and to your site. There are, if we click on the help button here, this gives you a summary in terms of what the topic suggestions are all about and the different headings within them. When you're looking for a topic to write about, we obviously are giving you the recommended topic to write about, but before you choose the topic, it's important to remember in terms of what you can help add in terms of your knowledge and your unique voice as well around that topic. The topic potential gives a range of between 0 and 10, so reflects how valuable this topic could be to your domain. obviously the greater the potential that this topic has, the more likely an article covering this topic will bring traffic to your domain. Of course, there are going to be topics in there that are on the lower side of 2, 3, where you think, well, actually, this is really relevant to my site and to my readers. And so when you write about that, what I would remember about is interlinking between the topics that have got the higher traffic, and then making sure that you're linking from those higher traffic topics to those lower traffic topics, so that you can move your readers throughout your website. Obviously, content is always key in terms of building your brand and establishing your search ranking with Google. In terms of revenue, the traffic that you get coming to your site is really important, because the more that traffic returns to your site and the longer they spend on your website page, the more Ezoic has the opportunity to monetize the ads in front of them. So in terms of the topic suggestions, what we're focusing on is organic search traffic. And this is the most valuable traffic from a Google point of view. If you are looking at your big data analytics in terms of traffic sources, you'll see that in there in terms of the Google organic traffic tends to have higher EPMVs than other traffic sources. The keyword difficulty on there is between 0 and 10, sort of around 5 to 6 is the ideal one. So this is about how difficult it will be for your site to rank well in search results for this topic. And so you want to get the right balance of using different keyword difficulties. Obviously, as your site grows, this tool grows with you as well. So what's currently potentially going to be a 10 for you right now may in sort of 3 to 6 months' time come down to kind of a 5 level in terms of the keyword difficulty. So again, we're not saying don't use the 10 difficulties, but just be aware in terms of those pages might not rank as quick as a lower difficulty keyword. And then you've also got a button on there of covered, which helps you to click on that to see that you've already written about it. It just helps to save you some time so that you're not revisiting keywords that you've already written about. We do have a guide here as well in the dashboard, which takes you through how to get started. So with this, you can see what your dashboard will look like, and that you can filter the topic suggestions as well. This here is the potential button. So you can see on here the potential of these different keywords, and then also the difficulty that you've got as well from an SEO point of view. We've made things really easy for you. So we've got clipboard areas within the topic suggestion where you can just copy it and search for that topic directly in a search engine, so that you can see what's out there already and take a look at that as part of your processes in terms of seeing where you're likely to rank within the Google search rankings. And then also you can click on the covered topics button, check yes, obviously, if you've used that topic as well, just to help you to make things clearer on your site. Okay. So Viral Geek has said good morning. Good morning, Viral Geek. Lovely to meet you. Thank you for joining me today. I don't have any questions yet. You're doing a great job explaining NicheIQ. I'm excited to learn more about it since Customer Week. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for your feedback, Viral Geek. I'm really glad that you're enjoying it. It is a really exciting tool. I think Topics is one of the most exciting tools from my perspective, especially for smaller publishers. I used to do keyword research in a job a little while ago now, and I know just how time-consuming keyword research is and how difficult it is to choose the right topics. So yeah, having this tool for publishers takes away literally half a day's worth of work at times. So thank you for your feedback. Okay, so that covers NicheIQ in terms of topics. So let's move on to on-page SEO. So as I mentioned, on-page SEO is the equivalent of tag tester that we had previously. And this is a tool that allows you to test titles and descriptions on your pages and then see what results that you get. So it's more than A/B testing, because we don't just test one thing against another. We use the AI technology to test things like traffic, revenues, click-through rate, and also the impact of a decreasing bounce rate in terms of titles. Because one of the interesting things about changing your title is it helps your reader and also Google to understand more about your website. Obviously, if a reader comes to your site, clicks on it, and then realizes that they're in the wrong place and that wasn't the information they're looking for, and then they come straight off your website, that has a negative impact in terms of not only Google seeing that somebody's come to your site and left straight away, but also from an advertiser's point of view as well. Advertisers like sites to have really strong user experience metrics and to have readers that are really engaged with your content. And the reason for this is that readers who are engaged more with your content are more likely to be engaged with adverts as well. So working on your on-page SEO and helping Google and your readers to understand more about your website has a lot of impact from a revenue as well as it's a Google search point of view. So when you first get started with Tag Tester, it does take a little bit of time to set up from the feedback that I've had from publishers who have used this tool in the past. So it's worth kind of putting a couple of hours to one side, reading through all the documentation, and then getting started on the experiments. In terms of the experiments, once they're started, you can then leave them and come back to them in a couple of weeks' time. Depending on how big your traffic is currently and how much traffic you're getting to your site, it's going to take at least 2 to 3 weeks to get any results. So you can start it, leave it, and then come back in a couple of weeks' time, see what results you get, and then build it up from there. Publishers that I worked with in when it was called Tag Tester, it was a couple of Christmases ago now, and they saw between a 10% and 100% uplift in the traffic that they were getting to different pages on their site. Now, obviously, some of their traffic was quite small and others was bigger. But when I spoke to them, they said it was definitely worth the time that they had invested because of the traffic results that they got back. And obviously, the more traffic you get and the more that traffic is spending time on your site, the more revenue you get as well. With Tag Tester, again, you've got this help button here. So if you click on this, it talks you through a summary of what the tool does. And then again, you can click on the button here and it opens up our support article to talk you through not only how Tag Tester works and the different things that we check, but then also how you can get started with the test groups from there. One of the things that I think is really interesting about using the on-page SEO tool is that it also helps you when you're creating titles for new articles as well, because obviously you'll be getting feedback essentially from Google in terms of the titles that you put in originally, and then your optional titles that we've tested using this tool. So you can use that information going forward to more finely tune your title processes, and then still keep using this tool to keep refining from there as well. Okay, so I'll just head over just to see if you've got any questions. So Victor has said, hello, hi Victor, how much traffic do you need for these tools to be useful? So it's a really good question, Victor. I know as an Access Now or a level 1 publisher, your traffic will be on the smaller side. So it is a difficult at times, isn't it? Especially for things like leak tools when you've just got the lab data and not the field data pulling through. I would still recommend using these tools and getting them set up, even if you're not getting as much data through as you would like, or in the case of the title tag, it's perhaps taking months, maybe a month for the traffic data to come back to you rather than the couple of weeks. It does mean that we're learning more about your site as we're using these tools, and we are providing information back to you that you can then use to build your traffic up. And obviously, as your traffic grows through using the tools, they will then become quicker as well. They are designed to be used for all sites within the Ezoic portfolio. We work with businesses that have sort of 1 or 2 visits a day, right up to businesses that are earning sort of $10,000 a month and more with Ezoic. In terms of the topic suggestions, this tool actually works better with smaller sites. So for the sites of around sort of Access Now to level 2, 3, because as the sites grow and the traffic gets more diverse, publishers tend to find that they've got most topics covered, and what they're trying to do is kind of find sort of viral topics and new niches and areas to delve into, to be able to create that new content. Okay, so let's now look at site health. So this is a tool again that can take up to 24 hours for the data to propagate once you've clicked on enabled. So if you're on your desktop device now, definitely worth clicking on enabling this tool so that the data can collect, and you can then come back to it into a couple of days' time. So in terms of the site health tool, what we're doing is we're looking for pages that are broken and are throwing up an error code on the site to either visitors or Google robots. We do this automatically. So as soon as it's enabled and the data starts pulling through, we continuously refresh the data and are looking for any broken links or errors within your website. The benefits of using the broken links tool is it means that it can help you to get ahead of any problems, so that you can see these pages coming up within 24 hours, and then you can prioritize which problems that you need to then fix, which helps you from a user experience point of view as well of your readers. And obviously with the site health, the better your site health is, the more likely Google is to move you up the search rankings, and then also the more likely readers are to be finding your site, and that then impacts your revenue. So like with a lot of things with building up a business through websites, everything kind of impacts each other, and we've created this tool to make things as easy as possible for you to find those broken links and get them resolved. Okay, so we just have a couple of minutes left before we close today. If you do have any questions, please feel free to send them over. What I would also recommend doing is heading over to our Ezoic community. If you're an Access Now or level 1 publisher, in here you have different areas where you can ask questions, and we do have a NicheIQ section. So if you do have any questions, please do head over there. I'll look out for your questions and get those answered. If you're a level 2 publisher or higher, you can open up a ticket directly through your Ezoic dashboard and ask our team any questions about NicheIQ, and we'd be delighted to help answer those for you. Oh, hi, Slow. I'm very well. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today. So Slow has said, I have a question. Do you track where the direct traffic is coming from? I have a lot of direct traffic, but I'm sure it's from Etsy. Just wanted to know if you're able to track. We're not able to track directly. If it is coming from Etsy, or if it's coming from things like uh, pages that people have bookmarked, or on your phone where I'm terrible. I've got all my pages are sort of saved, if you like, in my phone, and I just kind of scroll back through them and then click on my favorite ones so that it's easier for me to find them. So direct traffic can come from that as well, in terms of people have bookmarked links and saved things on their devices, and then are coming to your site that way. So if you're an Access Now or Level 1 publisher, pop me a message in the Ezoic community under NicheIQ. What I can do is I can take a look at your site, and we can message backwards and forwards on there, and I can see what I can see in there. We also, if you're a level 2 publisher or higher, you can open up a ticket directly within your Ezoic dashboard, and reach out to our team to take a look at your data, just to see if there is anything that we can see in there. With our big data analytics, we can do a lot of filtering, and so it might be that we can see additional things in your data that is gonna help you there. Hey Guav, nice to meet you again. Thank you for joining today. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining the session today. I'll look forward to meeting you again next Wednesday. We have another live session next Wednesday at 9 a.m. On GMT time. So that's my regular slot, and then we just have these Q&A sessions every now and again on different topics. If there is a topic that you would like me to cover, either through a walkthrough like this, so that you can see things and ask questions, or if you want a more in-depth training, do let me know. I'd be delighted to help take you through anything about Ezoic or the wider publishing space that would help. You're so welcome, Guav. I'm so glad that you've been able to get that resolved for you. Well, take care, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye for now.